This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Kuroko. What's up guys, this is Coach Donnie from Elevate Yourself. Welcome to my coach reaction to Kuroko no Basket episode 9. If you're new to this channel, I'm a volleyball coach, volleyball player, and personal trainer who also studied animation and illustration in college. So you get to learn about my unique perspective as an athlete, coach, and artist. Wow, that sweat drop on the basketball was a intense introduction. Is that supposed to be sweat drop, or is that supposed to be part of the... That is interesting. I don't know if that's supposed to be sweat from the athlete or just part of like a dramatic water scene. The animation from the opening scene was really good. Very smooth. Midorima. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Feel free to correct me in the comments. Yeah, maybe they're trying to save him for more challenging teams later. To win. Oh, that's right, we got to see the defense of... I already forgot the name of the team in gray. They look more muscular in this episode. One thing that was really cool is when they were both challenging the ball, you saw these white lines kind of emanating from the center to accentuate the impact of the moment of when both people are colliding. Boom, you see that? Yeah, they're forcing Kagami to play extra hard on defense, which comes with the risk of having a lot of fouls. I really enjoy these side commentaries from, like, just telling the story, not just from the people on the court, but people watching opposing teams. Out of the bounds. Wonder what's so special about Kuroko telling him his name. Does he really never introduce himself? You know what's funny? That's like a indirect accidental trash talking. You know, I'm usually not a fan of these still images moving, but I think in this moment, just a sync of the intensity of the moment I think is appropriate. Damn, that was some good turning animation on that one. First of all, the musculature of the animation in this episode is on point. You got the deltoid muscle, the tricep of number 5, you got the forearm. And one thing I was particularly impressed is to be able to animate. If you look at my elbow, you see how it gets bigger as it gets closer to you, and then it gets smaller, to have that circular motion without making it look robotic. And then to throw it. Oh, what kind of catch was that? Iron Wall of Seiho's defense. They love those iron analogies in these animes, huh? What was that? He juked him? Pass. Fake pass here. Oh, blocked from behind. Yeah, that was cool. This is like that extra level of detail where they're animating the reflection of the athletes on the court floor. Although they could have just simply flipped it, copied it, and flipped it, but just to go that extra mile to make the atmosphere feel more real. He's gonna get slapped. Oh, Kuroko can steal too. That makes sense because he's sneaky, so he should be good at stealing the basketball. Holding him like a cat. Although I wonder why the big guy is apologizing, even though he said the same thing, that they're gonna destroy them. Really like that camera angle there. So first of all, you got everyone sitting in a different pose, arms crossed, legs crossed, hands on the thighs, and then you got the zoomed in camera angle from the Tanaka looking guy just to emphasize his expression and zooming in of the camera. We get to hear some words from the coach. This coach looks tired. Watch your opponent like a wuss. That's a good translation. Every team's got to have a bald guy because it looks like Saturn has their own bald guy and this team's got their own bald guy. I guess there are only so many hairstyles you can choose from. Through the legs. Oh, that was cool. So bounce past it through the legs and then Kuroko passed it right back to Kagami. Again, through the legs. That was a pretty cool alley-oop there. Let's watch that again. So he got through the legs and Kuroko passes it back on the ground to essentially alley-oop it back to Kagami. That's not that unrealistic. I like how the storytelling is being very creative with just the style of basketball. It's not too far out there. Can we enjoy this animation of the sweat just dripping on the floor? But the reflections in this anime are on point. If anybody knows whether they just double it, meaning they just illustrate and animate the person on top and then they mirror it, or if it's a completely separate animation on bottom. But that's just a cool way. If you think about it, most of the camera angles that they're trying to communicate is directly on the athlete, but a lot of these have been zooming out or zooming downward to get a different perspective here. And those sweat drops are quite realistic. And the sound too, it sounds like chunky. Now it's time for our lunchtime crunch time from our video sponsors, Kuroko and Tokyo Treat. We want to invite everyone to experience Japan from the comfort of your homes through our snack boxes. Tokyo Treat is a monthly pop Japanese snack subscription box where you will get up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive, limited edition, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan for a limited time, like the Sakura Pepsi, Japanese sake Kit Kats, ramen, and many more. Every month, I look forward to trying a different flavor of Kit Kat that comes with the Tokyo Treat box, because they do not have these in North America. Peach. Who would have ever thought to combine peach with the Kit Kat? Ooh, so subtle. One thing I like about the peach flavor is it doesn't overpower the white chocolate. Now we'll try some Ghana chocolate. I wonder if this really means if the chocolate is from Ghana. Either way, I'm sure it's gonna taste amazing. Let's see what's on the inside. It's got a deep chocolate flavor. It's like a soft cookie, like a soft chocolate cookie on the inside with a milk chocolate coating on the outside. And not too rich, so you could eat the whole bag. Now for something more savory. Can't be Japanese, don't know what it is, but that's part of the surprise. Let's taste some seaweed, some sweetness, and a nice umami flavor. Now we're gonna wash it down with some Sakura Pepsi. Whoops, I think I need a bottle cap opener for this. Nice cherry strawberry flavor. Oh, that's refreshing. Strong carbonation, light strawberry flavor, and in the glass bottle. Kuroko is a monthly authentic Japanese snack subscription box that supports local Japanese snack makers, and each box comes with 20 traditional, authentic, and artisan Japanese snacks, including Japanese teas and a special Japanese tableware. I love this type of cookies that have filling inside. Got that classic butter cookie, lightly toasted on the back. The one thing that's really cool about a lot of the Kuroko snacks is you get this toastiness out of the cracker. This is not just a typical butter cookie, so I'm looking forward to that freshly baked flavor. That's it, man, that's it. Extra crunchy on the outside and still moist enough without being dry. This looks like a salty snack. Let's see, I can't tell from the smell. Wow, it's like a sweet seaweed. It's like sweet umami. As you can tell, it's extra crunchy. And of course, I love my rice crackers. At least that's what I think it is. This one's got a nice sour tart and a little bit of a kick, a little bit spicy. And a hint of seafood at the end. This is a more complex tasting rice cracker. I'm gonna wash it down with some more Sakura Pepsi. If you want to enjoy your own Tokyo Treat and Kuroko boxes, then use my special Sakura promotion link in the description box below to take advantage of this seasonal product. Not only is this a great product for you to enjoy, this is also a great gift for your friends and family, and every purchase you make, I get a small commission which goes directly back into making better videos for you guys. Well, let's see if the coach can manage Kagami's fatigue. I have a feeling they're going to lose to this defensive team. Well, I wonder when Kuroko's going to get fatigued, because he gets tired pretty early. That was an interesting moment of him slipping on the floor. Maybe they're trying to show how much sweat is on the court. Look at that. Interesting. Drawing the foul. Trying to foul him out of the game. Ooh, number 4. I think 5 fouls. And then you're removed from the game. The Tanaka guy looks so creepy here. He kind of looks like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings. Just that sneaky pose. These camera angles in this episode are awesome. I wonder if there was actually any contact or whether he faked it. But Kuroko's thinking something. Interesting. Only the first half in a single elimination tournament. I thought it was single elimination. Anyone who's got glasses has got to fix them. So maybe for them, they know they have no chance to beat Shitoku if they don't rest him, so what's the point in beating this current team if they can't even beat the next team? Ooh, that determination from the upperclassmen because of the vengeance from losing so much last year. And I think to prove that they can win without them is a confidence builder. I like the confidence of the upperclassmen. Like, leave this to us. So it is the overconfidence of Saturn that's gonna, or not Saturn, this team in gray that's gonna cause them to lose. Let's see what they end up doing. I wonder if there's a specific game plan or whether they're just going to come out with sheer determination and vengeance from last year. That was a cool toe off. Oh, drawing the double team into the slam dunk. So in jumping technique, it's called the toe off. This was a great animation of the toe off. You see the specks coming off the shoe. I love how every time they slam dunk, like the screen's supposed to shake just to emphasize the power of the dunk. Although that's some awkward running, their shoulders are too stiff. That guy just looks like he's a 40-year-old person. Haha. I love how the seniors are just taking ownership of their loss from last year and say, we are going to win this. This is our time to prove ourselves wrong. Ikuzo! Reminds me of Street Fighter when they would say that when during the the versus screen when they would about to start the match. Turning the fist, grinding her fist into his cheek. It's messed up. That was a good screen. We got Catface on the court now. We finally get to see him. Everyone is just ripped in this episode. A hook shot? Ooh, okay. So, if you don't know what a hook shot is, look up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the master hook shotter. So when you shoot regularly, the ball is in front of the opponent, so they have a higher chance of reaching at the ball before you release it. But when you do a hook shot, you create a further distance between the opponent and yourself, and so you mitigate that height and you get more of a loopy type of trajectory, but you're further away from the opponent being able to block your shot. So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was like 7 feet tall or maybe even taller, and he had a hook shot, unblockable. Yeah, if I was a senior and I lost by that much for the previous year, I'd be busting my butt learning new tricks and moves to beat the same team next year. Is he alley-oop? That was a cool shot. Kind of like a finger roll. All the animations in this episode are really good, except for their jogging animations. Usually when you jog, the shoulders should move a little bit, but the bodies are up and down and their hands are just chopping. It just looks like they're shrinking instead of going back further in space. They probably have a different crew animating just the jogging shots and a different group for these great basketball movements. This is what you call depth. You can't beat the good teams without having development from everyone, not just your star players. Which key player are they talking about? Ah, Hyuga. He is the undoubted team leader. What does one look like? Oh, activated super mode. Let's see what this basketball player crossing patterns, okay. Wow, so that play, when you cross people, you either create the collision or you switch defenders, but it just looked like they're trying to create some more traffic without running into each other, which is risky to do, and it makes sense why he said be careful. Because if you're going to cross, you might run into each other if you're trying to make the opponent run into each other. But he ended up having an open layup. You see those two people are still standing there from the team in gray. And solo shooter under the net. So that's one of the player's special abilities. Being able to see the game well. Haha. Everyone's individual special abilities comes out. That arm. That was a funny animation. And he looks like a cat. That's his special ability. Does that make him pretty normal? Okay, that's a legit ability. Good at rebounding. So are they down 5 points at this time? I like Kagami. He does go all out though. Let's see who else they put in. Someone, maybe they have their own Yamaguchi, their own person who wants to make an impact. You can help by cheering your team on. It's a very abusive team. Five minutes, 6-point game. That's a lot of time. So I'm curious to see how Kuroko is gonna play without Kagami. Like, what does that look like in terms of how that impacts the flow of the team? Well, the Tanaka guy has to play, doesn't have to play as physical because Kuroko's not that big. What? It's over? This episode had me on the edge of my seat, and I'm really fascinated to see what type of impact Kuroko is going to make on the court without Kagami. And I did not expect it to be that close. It just looked like this team in black was going to be the team that finally stops them, because it almost felt too good of a story to have Seiho keep beating all these teams. But who knows, the game's not over yet. Now that you mention it, Seiho does remind me of Awa Josai, and I like the fact that there's so much input from the players, but at the end of the day, they still will respect the ingenuity and the leadership of the coach. But I think collaboration and input from multiple people is always more beneficial for the success of everybody. I'm not gonna lie, the pace of this anime is getting pretty slow, so I really do hope it starts to pick up in season 2, because I feel like I'm just holding my breath until the next basketball game or the next intense scene.